All right, here we go. Welcome back
Nice being here.
to the Fairview Social Podcast. I got some funny things for us today here that I think that you will be amused by. But for starters, we will say that this episode we are going to dedicate to our father because his birthday is Wednesday, the day that this will be released. How old will he have been? He was born in 52. I can't math that quick.
73.
He would be 73 years old.
I don't like how quick you accepted that. But his name is now.
Wait a minute. We'll get to that in a second. So we're going to talk about a number of things today, but we're going to weave in and out of talking about Freeman H. Hollis. We got some funny things that are going on with him, which I don't know. I didn't know that things could be funny when you're dead, but
Apparently he's living it up.
well, we'll see in a second. So anyway, last weekend was Labor Day. You and the family came over.
Did?
We had a little seafood boil. What'd you think about that?
I thought the food was good. Sam ate nothing. Apparently Ava ate nothing
Why?
because I ate chicken nuggets.
I'm telling you, man,
But Oliver tried everything.
when you're 15, though, you should be grown out of by now of just eating chicken nuggets and French fries.
I agree. I got him to eat a rice bowl not too long ago. I feel like that was a win.
A rice bowl.
I don't fucking know. He ate a rice bowl.
What was in it?
Rice and chicken.
Oh,
Still chicken.
that's pretty boring.
Yeah.
So Sam has a girlfriend. She seemed like she was pretty sweet.
She seemed nice. He got some pictures from his mother yesterday where he asked her to homecoming dance.
Oh, ask her to the old homecoming dance, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Looked very awkward.
What do you mean? What?
There's flowers involved, and he made a damn poster board.
A poster board?
I don't know. Here, I'm going to show you.
Well, you text it to me, and then I'll pull it up on the
text it to
screen.
you.
But yeah, homecoming dance. So did he have to, like, it makes me think of like in movies where people write out in the sand, like, will you marry me or some shit.
Well, wait till you see the son. It's his first serious girlfriend, and I'm trying to be I'm not. I am being supportive. I'm driving a lot to make sure that because I live so far away from him to make sure he doesn't miss any time with her. And she was the first person he brought around our family.
Oh, that's good.
She said that we were very nice.
That's good. She have fun swimming?
She did. She had a good time. I mean, did I send you the picture of them afterwards?
No, send that you can.
I'll send that one to you, but don't show it on there just so you can see it because Ava's in it.
That's fun. Well, good. I'm glad they had a good time. They were in that pool.
I'll just show you.
It was a little chilly. They sleeping right there.
I know.
They must have been worn out from swimming.
Out cold. And then Oliver's like, I wasn't asleep. I was awake the whole time. No.
How does his teacher say that he's quiet and he's out too.
He's out cold.
He's the chattiest kid I've ever heard of in my life.
I don't know. Ava's mom works at the school and says that she's never hears him talk. Everybody that I meet that knows Oliver from school says, he never talks. I'm like, I don't know. He never shuts the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be in the backyard playing by himself talking.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. What does he talk about when we were sitting up there eating crawfish and shrimp the other day?
Nothing.
Exactly. He talks like an 11-year-old.
All right. Here's a picture of his what is it? I don't get this.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't understand anything on there.
Score 6767.
I don't know. All the way home from your house, they were looking for 6 and 7s. I don't know. Maybe it's a 15-year-old thing that I just don't get.
Look at that. A king of hearts and a queen of hearts. Maybe they'll be the king and queen of homecoming.
Maybe.
What grade's he in? Freshman?
Sophomore.
Sophomore? Well, I guess can you become king and queen when you're sophomore?
I don't know. I was never in the running. So I wouldn't know.
Well, good for him. He's getting older, tall. He was really tall compared to her.
Well, yeah, she's like 5 foot and he's 6'4".
Yeah, he's pretty tall. Well, good for him. Hopefully it lasts, but chances are it will not last. That girl will be the first one to break his heart.
Maybe. I don't know. Her family seems nice. They're all from California.
You're like, they're nice, but they're from California.
They're nice, but they're from California.
Everybody's from California now. So
I don't know. I've never felt more like Freeman Hollis than I did whenever I had to meet her parents. I don't know what to fucking say to him.
No, you never know what to say to him.
Her mom's all chatty, and I'm like, I'm fat.
I don't think I've told this story on here, but when me and Nikki were dating, we dated for a very short amount of time and before we got married, but her mom lived in Michigan. And so Nikki was like, it's the first time I was going to meet her mom or talk to her mom on the phone or something. And Nikki's like, just, tell my mom that, that you just, her daughter is just the greatest thing and you really love her and all this kind of shit. And she will just love that. I'm like, really? Because that's like out of my character to be lovey-dovey like that. But say all these things, say all these nice, beautiful things. And I'm like, all right. And so she's on the phone with her. And so she hands the phone over and I'm like, hi, I'm Tim. And your daughter is beautiful and I love her and this and that. And Nikki's mom was like, fuck you, dude. It didn't want to have anything to do with me.
Well, I asked Sam, I was like, do I need to invite her dad out for a beer? Oh no, don't do that. He doesn't drink. I'm like, all right, well, I don't know what we're going to talk about. So I was like, what if I invited him to the podcast? He was like, I don't want him to know about the podcast. I don't want him to see how fucked up our family is.
Well, that's not very nice. Well, I guess we are kind of fucked up.
I mean, you got to think. He's like, no, actually his thing was, I don't want him to watch the podcast where you called me the C word.
Oh, well, that's fair.
I was like, but you were being a cunt. So that's why I called you that. And then he asked me for the story of that. And I'm like, do you not remember? Obviously he doesn't remember because he was 4. But
well, yeah, you don't remember that kind of shit when you're 4, and especially having your dad call you that. He probably didn't even know what that meant anyway.
That's true.
So it's just inappropriate all the way around.
Yes. I never said that I was appropriate. Like, I'm aware of who I am.
I was thinking about this podcast and concerned that some people would listen to it and be like, this is unacceptable and this and that. But if you think about like all the podcasts or anything, or even fucking Howard Stern's stupid ass, when he was in his heyday of just some of the raunchiest shit that's been said on there.
But that's all tame now.
I guess. Yeah, because of all the being politically correct.
But it's still, even if he were to start his podcast or start his show the way he started in the 80s, it would be very tamed by today's standards.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so, but I mean, there's some raunchy ass podcasts out there.
There are.
The only thing wrong with this,
I'm just inappropriate.
That's what I was going to say. The only thing wrong with this show is that it's somewhat foul at times.
It gets that way.
From time to time, usually when you're on.
That's true.
All of my other guests are usually not near as foul as you.
They're very respectful.
I guess so.
I mean, Mike's all like saying nice things and he never cusses. I know how Mike really is.
He's loosening up. He's just trying to look good for the masses, which today we will celebrate. There is a new milestone in the Fairview Social Podcast on TikTok. There is now 1,000 followers
on TikTok.
On TikTok.
And 320 something on
326 on YouTube. But last time we mentioned this, there was almost 100 or maybe 100. So we're making numbers.
You're getting there.
1,000 people on TikTok. And you know why they are following me on TikTok?
Because I called Sam a cunt.
No, not because of that. Because actually you are the reason why people want to talk about your stupid Bush story about the Bush family, how they got that, name that stadium. And of course there's like 100 motherfuckers on there that are like, that's not how the story goes. And I looked it up and it seemed like it was pretty accurate.
Yeah, I looked it up too before I said it.
And then the two sad dads sitting there talking about Natty Light.
Well, they like beer.
Yeah. Well, and so I was talking to Nikki earlier today and I was telling her how there's 1,000 followers on TikTok. And she's like, oh, that's great. Maybe I need to get onto TikTok because she's trying to promote this book. And I told her, I was like, well, yes, that's fine. You can do that. I said, but I tried to get on all of the platforms and start putting videos and stuff out on all of them. And then I read somewhere it's like, hey, just pick 1 or 2 platforms and focus on that and then go to the other ones. And I told her, I said, with the stuff that you're doing with your book, that's like an Instagram, Facebook thing because you got your people, friends that you have on Facebook. And then on Instagram, it's like more of an artsy thing. TikToks is for people doing stupid shit videos.
Yeah.
For example, talking about beer has gotten more views on my TikTok than anything. I can have a beautiful conversation about the kids growing up and something
Nobody gives a
very heartfelt. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares about that.
About beer.
You talk about beer, people are there for that.
They might be there for whiskey too.
That may be true. So anyway, TikTok is we're celebrating 1,000 followers today here at the Fairview Social Podcast. So we're going to celebrate that. We're celebrating Freeman H. Hollis.
I don't even have a TikTok.
And it's fine.
If it's not on YouTube, I don't see it.
Well, that's a good example of some people pick their places that they want to watch stuff. The only reason I post my shorts on YouTube is just because the videos live there, the channel. So anyway, speaking of Facebook, so we were enjoying a nice Labor Day. Actually, I think this happened before Labor Day, a couple days before.
No, we noticed it on Labor Day.
On Labor Day. Speaking of Freeman H. Hollis, R.I.P. Freeman H. And we were sitting there enjoying a nice seafood boil, and we got notification that Freeman Hollis is alive.
He is.
And well, and visiting the United States.
Apparently he went to Seattle and stayed there.
He's in Seattle. And so we realized this, and we were very shocked to find this out. Here's the first message that we saw from Freeman Hollis. On this Labor Day, celebrating every woman who writes her own story. Now, a lot of you out there don't know Freeman Hollis, but I can promise you that he would never say anything like that.
Well, I promise you he would never say anything.
Yeah, he would never post on there to begin with, but for him to say this is pretty funny. So we were like, well, hell, it looks like our father has left Iron City. Some may believe that he's at Harpeth Hills.
But he's in Iron City. I watched it happen.
I did too. And when I first saw this, immediately my thought is like, did he die? Like I had to rewind because things get a little bit foggy as you get older and memories start fading and you start thinking about these things. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I watched him with my brothers go into the ground.
I mean, you're correct. As you get older, your memories get a little fuzzy. However, we are in our early 40s. I don't think when we were in our 30s, it was an issue.
that may be true. But yes, that is true. And so Freeman Hollis is apparently alive and well in Washington.
Celebrating women.
So we thought that was interesting. And then, of course, I don't know if you've heard from people, but I've had at least 5 people.
I've heard from a couple of people from work.
People have reached out and said, hey, someone has hacked your father's account. I'm like, whoa. What do you mean hacked my father's account? You mean he's not in Seattle, Washington? But I mean, people are telling me this and I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do about it? And I mean, what am I supposed to do that somebody hacked a dead man's account? What do you do about that?
I don't know. I was looking at it this morning. My favorite one.
Hold on. I have it here in a second.
Oh, did you find it?
I have it. No, you just hold on. Hold your little heart. So my question to you is, and you probably don't know the answer to this, but maybe you can shed some light on it. Why would you hack someone else's account when you can just start your account yourself?
And if you're going to hack someone else's account, why at the time 69-year-old dead man who had no followers and was only attached to basically us?
Yeah, I know.
I keep waiting for meemaws to change.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That'll probably happen. So then a couple days later, we find this one.
Now this is the one that I wanted to comment on.
It says, for those that are listening, Friday reminds me I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. It's like Freeman Hollis would never say that.
It took the only reason I didn't comment on this, because I wanted to comment, you mean in the ground in Iron City? But the only reason I didn't is because if it is hacked, I don't want to draw attention to myself to where I get hacked.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to respond to it too, because I would like to, it would be fun to kind of fuck with this person because I guess a normal person would not. They would be like, "Oh, Freeman Hollis has passed away. This is unacceptable," and then call Facebook and have them do something about it. But who cares?
Well, now it's just fun.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny to me.
I wish that the name didn't change.
Well, hold on a second. We're getting to that. That one's coming up. So he's left Iron City. Some would think Harpeth Hills in Nashville. He's left Iron City and he's gone to Seattle. He's happy about Labor Day, and he's apparently happy that on Friday. Friday reminds me I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I don't know what that even means.
I don't know what that means either.
Break that down for me.
I don't know. I mean, on Fridays, so on Thursdays, does he not feel like he knows where he's supposed to be?
I don't. Apparently not. Friday.
Is it because Friday is technically the end of his work week?
Well, he didn't even say Fridays. Like, hey, every Friday I'm just feeling good because the weekend. It's just Friday reminds me I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. Okay, Freeman Hollis, that's good. So then to the finale of this is because I don't follow I guess my dad had
he has two accounts.
He has two accounts, and I follow the other one, but he's been coming up in people I may know recently, and I guess you follow him.
I follow this one. His other one of him sitting there with the guitar shows up in my people I may know.
So I follow that one. So, and it's funny because I was looking at it earlier, and the only person that he's friends with on there is our stepmom. So
I didn't know that.
so there's that. So Joseph was sending me these, and so I didn't get to see it myself, but the finale of this, Joseph sends me this text yesterday, and it's a picture of a woman, and I'm like, okay. And he says, well, apparently our father has turned into a woman. What the hell's going on with this?
I don't know. They changed the name and changed the photo.
How do you know that they changed the name? And
because I'm going to show you. Look, it's right here. My shortcuts. This goes right to it.
So he's transgender now?
I guess so. So now everything has changed. So his entire profile, what's funny is his friends is himself.
Yeah.
But it used to say that he was like retired military or whatever, retired National Guard and where he worked. Now he is a chief estimator, senior project manager at Owner AR&M Construction LLC.
Nice.
He studied at, now look, this is of an Arab person. I am not Arab, and I can't speak Arabic.
Hold on a second. You said this is of an Arab person.
And I might be wrong about that. So if you're Arab and you're listening to this and that is not an Arab name, I apologize. I'm not trying to be insensitive. But this says studied at, something State Medical University, Yerevan. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yerevan or something.
And he went to AYB school, but he still lives in Nashville.
Well, I don't understand.
Oh, he posted today. He's been posting.
Well, how do you, if the account name has changed and everything else, then that means it's not Freeman Hollis anymore.
I know. So I'm going to show you. So if you scroll through and you get back to 21 when he died. So I'm having to scroll back farther now because it's been, they've completely changed everything.
So he's his account's been hacked and it's been changed.
They've taken everything off that he posted or anything about him. So now it says happy birthday free from a Judy Pack. But it used to have like when Dad died, all these people saying, I'm sorry to hear for your loss, or when he was sick, it was, I'm sorry, I hope you get better. All that's gone now. Since this morning, all that is gone. So because you can see all the things that other people posted.
Again, my question is why would you steal someone's account to do that when you can just set up your own?
They can't delete this one because Kate put it on there.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
But I hope it's still on here. Hang on. Because Bobby, our Uncle Bobby.
Did he say that, hey, you're not Freeman Hollis?
No, they deleted the comment.
That's fine. We can move on.
All right. So it's funny because they changed the profile picture and they changed the name. So Uncle Bobby didn't realize that it was Freeman's account. So he said, so it's just, he's commenting on this person. thinking that it's a new person. He says, "I don't know who you are. I have never accepted a friend request from you, and you have never sent me a friend request." So he never realized it was Dad's profile.
Bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
Poor
So
Bobby.
they're slowly changing Dad out of our life.
Well, again,
Why?
So I don't know. I don't know why people would hack an account when you start your own. Maybe in an Arab country, you're not allowed to set up a Facebook account.
Maybe.
And so they figure out a way to hack the other.
Well, they came here but they're in Seattle.
That's true. So
I'm not going to unfollow it because I'm curious to see Dad's journey.
I was briefly thinking for a second that he made it out of Iron City and started a life anew in Seattle. But
Do you think that he came out of his grave in Iron City? He's like, oh shit, I don't have service, so I don't know who I am. so I'm somebody else now.
so he became a woman. So whatever. So that's funny. So to celebrate Freeman Hollis, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, but we're going to do it towards the end of the show.
Okay.
Because we got some TV shows I want to talk about here.
All right.
But what we're going to do is I called Nikki earlier to hook my phone up to our little recorder here.
I don't want to listen to his voice.
No, we're not. That's stupid. We're going to call a couple members that have a last name of Hollis, maybe Hayden or Eli, we can call Sam, and ask them what they think about Gramps being alive and well and in Seattle, Washington. And we'll see what they say.
I like it.
So we'll do that here in a little bit. So anyway, oh yeah, I need to ask you that. No, never mind. I don't need to ask you this. You don't ever go to the ocean. I was going to ask you if it's okay to piss.
No. I'm prepared for.
Oh, okay.
I do want to talk about there were some things that you and Eric talked about, and there's some things that you and somebody else. Maybe not just you and Eric. Number one, the pissing in the ocean thing.
Okay.
So
proceed.
There is a story that goes with this. You and I grew up the same way. Obviously, we took the same vacations as children, and I never pissed in the ocean. I never pissed in the river or a lake. And then Caitlin and I were almost 10 years ago. We were in Tampa, and I was in the ocean, and I was like,
hold on a second. With Caitlin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
9 years ago.
For 10 years.
Yeah. We've been together for 10 years.
All right. Well, okay. Proceed.
So we were in the ocean, and I was like, is it okay for me to piss in the ocean? I'm like thinking this. I was like, I can't do it. I could not bring myself to do it.
It's a feeling of like you're trained all of your life to not piss on yourself. And then you're just supposed to piss on yourself.
Correct. So we left Tampa and we're on our way back. We had rented a Mustang, a convertible Mustang for the trip to Florida. It rained every day. So we're on our way back, and I looked at her. I was like, I really feel like I missed an opportunity to piss in the ocean. But when you're coming back and it's bringing you through like the middle part of Florida, I was like, I'm going to piss in the ocean before I leave Florida.
So you purposely went back to the ocean?
Nope. I went 2 hours out of my way to find a beach where it wasn't raining so that I could go out into the ocean and piss.
And you did? And
I did.
Well, it's hard to pee though.
It took me like 10 minutes to be like, I'm good. I'm gonna do this. It's weird.
Even if you have to pee really bad, it's like a block.
But now I'm okay. I can piss in your pool. I can piss.
No, don't piss in my pool.
No, but that was before. That was before we rented a boat for work, and people were jumping into the water to just piss. And I'm like, people do just do this. I thought that it was weird, and I still think it's weird, but I can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not so weird if you think about like all the other shit that's in the ocean, but just thinking about swimming around in your own piss, it only
you have to be moving.
It only lasts in my mind for just a second while I'm pissing on myself.
I just feel weird about the warmth.
I know. It's warm and then it's gone.
Are you moving while you're doing it? Like in my head, there's like a trail of like yellow water behind me.
There's not. It's just all mixing in.
I know, but
yeah, I mean, I guess it's acceptable.
There was something else that you and Eric talked about too. That was like,
nobody had mentioned about shitting in the ocean. Of course, I don't think
I asked Caitlin about that 2 weeks ago when we were on the river.
What did she say?
She said no.
It's not acceptable to
She
shit?
said it's not acceptable.
So what are you supposed to do? You can piss on yourself in the lake.
Oh, well, my legitimate question is if I just pull my pants down, that way I'm not shitting in my actual pants and I'm kind of moving.
Yeah, you know,
Can I just let them go?
What do you shit in your pants? What do you think you do? Just shit in your pants and then take them off and empty it out?
I don't know. You don't whip it out while you're pissing in the water.
Yeah, that's gross. This is all gross. All right, what was the other thing?
I don't remember.
Was it when we were talking to Eric? Or when I was
it was part of yours and Eric's. I like to listen to your podcast and then I yell at the radio whenever I'm listening to it. I'm like, yes, you can piss in the water. It just takes a while.
So yesterday or Friday, yesterday I asked you if you saw the unknown the High School Catfish.
We watched that last night
show, and you said no, and I said you've got to watch that immediately because spoiler alert, if any of you that are planning to watch it have not watched it, it's going to all come out right now. But I just have to say, I don't remember that when it was on TV. Do you?
I do not.
Or not on TV, but when it happened a couple years ago. And so I'm sitting there watching it, and the pacing's kind of slow, and I'm just like, but then you were watching like some of the things that are being said, just some of the nastiest fucking texts,
awful,
the worst texts that you can ever think of, and I'm still kind of replaying them. And then you get 45 minutes into the show, and they're about to reveal who it is, and I'm like, so up to that point, I'm just like, that's not the fucking kids. I bet it's a coach, or I bet it's somebody, or like it's an adult, or the principal.
I thought it was a teacher.
Yeah, it was going to be a teacher.
Which technically, she was a coach.
Yeah, so it fucking ends up being the girl's mom doing this shit.
I thought for a minute, it was the girl doing it for attention.
Yeah, I guess I thought that too. But even then, the girl's still like 16, 17 years old, very timid. Both of those kids are young and timid, obviously.
When it started, she was 14.
Yeah, I know. So on the documentary, she was like 16 or 17.
And she still wants to be friends with her mom.
And what's fucked up about it, there's many fucked up things that are about it, but
terrible.
But I'm sitting there watching it, and when they reveal it, you're probably doing the same thing. So you're trying to remember 45 minutes before, like all those texts that are coming up on the screen, some of the most god awful. I won't even say them on here right now to you because it's just so foul. It's like even when you're in the bedroom getting dirty or something, you don't say some of that shit.
I feel like there was not nearly enough outrage at the end of this.
So
like the dad was like, you need to go while the cops are still here. Like that was the closest thing to anger and outrage. And everybody else just kind of like, meh.
No, it's unacceptable. So what I was going to say is then you get to the end of it. And this is what I told you. The saddest part about the whole thing, bless her heart, that girl just wanted to be with her mom. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck that shit. That girl or that woman should be in prison. She went to prison for 1 year. And she's supposed to be in there for more than a year.
I mean, she told her daughter to off herself.
I know, multiple times. You just kill yourself. You're an ugly, flat ass skank. I'm like, what the fuck? And
when they said skank, that's how I knew it had to be an older person.
I guess.
That's an our generation word right there.
You can tell that you can, I don't know. So anyway, after they reveal it and everything, you're thinking back to like, this bitch is on the documentary.
Yeah.
So she's sitting there. You're thinking that she's just as innocent as all the other parents, and you're just like, oh, this poor lady. You know, this is awful that this is happening to their kids. And then it made me even more mad because she was the one doing it, and then her daughter still wanted to have a relationship with her. And then on top of that is that bitch is making money off of this documentary, and that's why she did it.
I mean, Netflix set them all down in a room. set this woman down in the room like, all right, we're going to do like an hour worth of interview where I need you to pretend like it's not you and that you are outraged that this is happening.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
You have to pretend all of these things. And I've watched enough Netflix documentaries
like the poop cruise.
Yes, that I'm watching every single person.
Yes.
Is this a suspect? Is this a suspect? I had no fucking clue.
I didn't know until halfway that Caitlin had seen a reel that actually told her, it didn't tell her who it was, but it was one of the parents. So she's not like, I'm like, I think it's the girl. She's like, no, it's not the girl. I was like, you know who it is, don't you? And she's like, I know sort of who it is. I'm like, well, then you just sit there and shut the fuck up because you're not going to ruin this for me.
Of course, I get up this morning and get on social media, and there's like a million memes that are hilarious.
Oh, I haven't seen any yet.
They're hilarious that you'll start seeing them. But the more I think about that show, the more I get really, really unhappy and just I feel so. How can people do shit like that?
Like, I say very inappropriate things, but I'm not downright mean to people.
I mean, I think it's better if you just shoot somebody in the face than to bully this girl for 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
And the boy.
And she went out of her way to find people that live 2 hours away.
I know.
No, my favorite thing is, though, she's like, I didn't start it.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I didn't start it, but a couple months into it, I was like, you know what? Why don't I just pick up where this motherfucker left off?
She's like, this will lighten the blow. this will make it where it's not so bad.
Well, like, her reasoning was like, if I continue it, maybe one of the friends will admit to doing it. What?
No. It's
like, there's no rational thought that she said that made any sense.
It's awful, and it's very sad, and I just can't believe that we live in a situation where it's not acceptable, obviously, but she didn't get shit for it, and she's out, and she wants to be with the kid. That dad, man, I feel bad for that dad. He thought he let her. She was handling the finances. Didn't know that they were. Well, they knew that they were financially fucked because they kept on having to move around. But she didn't work because she was lying to him.
She was busy going somewhere and texting a bunch of kids.
I know. So, yeah, that was a fucked up show. The other thing on Netflix I'm watching. You mentioned the other day you were watching it. I'm fucking hooked now. Is Blacklist. Have you been still watching it?
Yeah, I'm almost done with the second season. So you were watching the episode you're on now. When I walked in, I'm a few episodes ahead of you.
I was going to say I'm probably about halfway through the second season, and it's funny because I remember like this on TV because I was watching shows before and after it and be like next on Blacklist.
Yeah,
and I never knew what it was, but that show's pretty fantastic. And where's James Spader? Like, what else does he play in?
Well, he's been in a lot of stuff. I mean, like, he was Ultron. Like, if you listen to his voice was Ultron.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
Perfect for this role.
What's weird is I feel like the first season and even going into the second season, like, I don't feel like the writers know what direction they're going with who he is to Lizzie.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's always constantly changing. It's like during the first season, it's like they didn't know if they were going to get renewed for a second season. So they didn't want to commit to anything.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like that's where it is. They're always not committing to anything, which is fine.
Well, this was 10 years ago when this came out. I guess it ended in 23. So in 13, it came out. So you have to think, I don't know if it was like that then. It's really like that now is, your ass get canceled real quick. I mean, they canceled Dexter Original Sin, and they had already renewed it.
If it's a Netflix show, don't enjoy anything on Netflix. Because if you enjoy it after that show that we watched, what show did we watch?
I don't know.
The one with the crab, the fisherman people.
Oh, well, the waterfront.
Canceled.
It was a good show.
It was a good show. I mean, good show. Most shows aren't very good, but they hook you.
You would think that it would have enough to keep it. People were talking about it. It was all the rage there for a few weeks and then just canceled just like that.
I don't care if the young Dexter show, I don't care that it got canceled. But,
yeah.
But I don't want Resurrection to get canceled.
I don't care that it got canceled either. I think that they canceled it because they saw how big of a hit Resurrection was and they're like, fuck it, people want real Dexter. And of course, I would prefer real Dexter, which that was a fantastic season of Dexter. So I'm very appreciative that they brought that back. Another thing I'm watching on Hulu, I just finished watching the most recent episode is I've always been very, very intrigued by the Amanda Knox story. Have you seen
Which one's that? Because there's one that I started to watch.
Amanda, you know who Amanda Knox is?
No.
She's the girl that got arrested in Italy, and they had her in prison for 4 years for killing her English roommate.
No, I was going to start that. I know which one you're talking about now. Don't ruin that.
No, I'm not going to ruin it. I mean, I followed that story when it's on the news, and just her whole story. And the series that's on is like them kind of it's actual drama with actors and everything doing it, but it's kind of but they said that it follows her story. It's amazing how how fucked up that situation was. That poor girl's in prison in Italy for 4 years. And I mean, I know how the story ends and I know how it's all going to end, but it's interesting to see like what was going on in her perspective and behind the scenes in the Italian court and how their court system's more fucked up than our court system.
I'll have to watch. I mean, I think there's a couple different Amanda Knox ones, but
yeah, I mean, over the years, there's been all these Dateline whatevers, but this one,
I don't watch the Dateline things, and I won't watch anything on the ID channel. But Netflix documentaries, Hulu documentaries, and actual HBO documentaries, I'll watch them all.
What you were probably thinking about on Eric's podcast is that's another one I wrote down on here, that Biggest Loser documentary. You know what I'm talking about? I
know what you're talking about, but I don't remember if that's the thing that I yelled at the radio about.
I don't know. But anyway, about being fat, and as a fat man, you can speak on that. You imagine losing like 200 pounds in like 6 months?
No, I can't imagine losing 200 pounds in like 6 years.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I could afford to do it.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't. That would put me too skinny. But
or what about did you watch Blindspot on Netflix?
I've never watched Blindspot. I was going to, but you were like, this show is stupid.
It's stupid, and I watched it all the way to the end. And for those of you that are listening, the premises of this show is a girl wakes up in Times Square in a bag, and she's got tattoos head to toe. And so the whole series is like, you know, they're decoding these tattoos. It's like Prison Break did it to begin with.
Well, Memento.
Well, Memento was the beginning of that, which was fine because it was a movie and then it was done. Prison Break was fine the first season, and then his second, third, fourth.
Where do you go from there?
Where do you go? It's funny, in Prison Break, the guy got the tattoos removed by like the third season. I'm like, okay, this motherfucker
I've never seen Prison Break.
Oh, really?
No, never.
So Blindspot, the girl wakes up, they figure out all these tattoos, and then I think it was because there's 4 or 5 seasons. By the third season, they were out of tattoos. So she got in a car accident and someone kidnapped her and redid all of her tattoos with this special ink on top of it to where there's more I'm just like, this is fucking awful, but I can't stop. Well, I had to watch it to the end.
Well, once you start something, you have to finish it.
I know, and it was just unfulfilling and stupid, but I fucking watched it because I like some of the characters in the show, but it was just a fucking dumb shit. Look at Frank's stupid little ass out there.
He's just trying to be part of life.
Yeah, but don't watch it. Don't get hooked.
I mean, once I start a show and I will binge them and so like I did Blue Bloods recently.
Never seen any of those kind of shows.
Blue Bloods is okay.
Never seen Law and Order, Blue Bloods.
You gotta watch SVU. It's the only one worth watching.
Never seen NCIS.
I've never seen that one.
Never seen any of those shows that CSI.
I've never seen any of those either. But I started watching Blue Bloods, but just for the hell of it. And
Tom Selleck is badass.
Yeah, well, the problem with shows like that is once I start, like it consumes me, and I won't watch anything else. So whenever you're like, "Have you watched the end of Dexter yet?" No, because I'm fucking watching Blacklist, and I have to finish that first.
Well, you don't have to watch the whole fucking season.
I'm aware of that. I don't have to, but I do. So, but Caitlin doesn't. So, like when I started Blue Bloods, she's like, "I'm just so tired of this show." She's like, "It's not that it's a bad show. It's just it's all you're doing." I'm like, well, I can't stop until it's over. And then
I used to be like that too. And then probably about a year or two ago, I remember I was watching a show and I was addicted to it. And so I weaned myself down to just watching it till I get to the end of the episode and then going and doing something, which is typically what people do. Well, I've gotten so good at that to where like right now, when you came in, I was watching Blacklist. That bitch is paused, and whenever I'll go back to it and start it up, or I'll be 2 minutes into a show and I'll do that too, dude. And it's like I'm okay with doing that.
I mean, it's like I will, if I'm in a gaming mode and I'm playing Call of Duty or something, I will play for like an hour, and then I will go do a chore, do laundry or something for an hour, and then I'll go back for an hour. I go back and forth.
Yeah,
but I can't do that with a TV show, and I don't know why.
Well, you need to, because it's you binge that shit.
No.
I mean, the thing is Blacklist is 10 fucking seasons of 22 episodes each.
Well, fucking Blue Bloods is 14 seasons of 24 or 22, 24, 20.
And you watched every one of them?
Every single one of them.
There's something fucking wrong with you. You need to go outside and get some fresh air is what you need to do.
I did. I went to mow, and then I came back in.
I mean, what I've gotten into a routine of is because I'm trying to get a little bit healthier since you told me that you thought I was going to die first. And so I've been going out and I'll do some stuff around the house, come in, watch 15 minutes, go out. So I'm trying to pace myself so I'm not just sitting in front of the fucking TV all day. But apparently you do not care. You sit in front of the TV all day.
Well, it's either I'm going to, like I was on vacation a couple of weeks ago, and that was like, you would think that that's when I would binge the most. Because normally when I go on vacation, if I don't go anywhere, I just sit on the couch and watch TV. But I actually managed to keep myself pretty busy while I was on vacation. And so I didn't binge anything then. But now I still have 3 more weeks of vacation to use before the end of the year. So I'm sure that some binging will happen.
I mean, I remember I used to, when I worked for the city of Brentwood, I would take a week off just to play the new Zelda.
Yeah.
And those games weren't even as like big and full as like the newer Zelda games on the bigger worlds and all that.
I don't know. I just I enjoy watching TV. Like this morning I woke up and I realized I needed something else to watch. You know, Caitlin's watching Blacklist with me. So I won't watch that without her, even though she doesn't really pay attention. I found out, like, we were watching TV yesterday, and I was like, they said they did this. I don't fucking. She was reading a book, so she didn't even notice. But like this morning, I didn't want to start it because she was still in bed. So I realized I still had like 3 or 4 episodes of that show Smoke on Apple TV.
It?
Nope, I'm halfway through like the 7th episode. Pause to come out here.
It's funny because since we're talking about this, and this is celebrating Freeman Hollis, it makes me think of streaming in 2021 wasn't as big as streaming is now, like when he passed away.
But do you know how he used to watch TV?
Well, hold on. What I was going to tell you. So talking about him, there's 2 different phases here. The first phase is when we were growing up. That motherfucker would be sitting in his
chair,
his little red recliner in our living room. And I don't know if you do this, but for some reason this sticks out in my mind. I'm going to say it. It's probably stupid. He'd have his legs crossed like this, but he'd have his fucking pinky toe in between his big toe and crossed over. What the fuck is that?
I don't know, but I do it too. I don't
really.
Yeah,
I don't do that. But anyway, and he'd be asleep in his chair.
Yes.
After our parents got divorced, when me and Nathan were living with him, it was around the time that they got divorced. All he did was fucking watch movies. So he'd go down here to this discount video. This is when Blockbuster and all
He'd
those.
rip them all.
And so, well, he would rip some. But I remember I'd get home from school and I'd go in the house and he'd gone to discount video and he'd have a stack of videos like fucking 4 feet tall because like he'd rent and the funny thing is everybody would want to go in Fairview. We had a movie gallery, a budget video, and a discount video. Discount video was the closest one to us and the cheapest one because he wouldn't get new releases. Everybody would try to go in there on a Friday and get like the biggest name or like the best.
He'd get like Leprechaun.
He would get like, well, we would all go in and try to get those movies, and then they wouldn't have them, and they'd be like, oh, well, this person's supposed to return, so there was that game. So what he did is he went to discount video because they had dollar videos, dollar rentals, but it's all on the shit that nobody gives a shit about. It's like if you had, what's one of the, like Fubo or what's one of those streaming services?
Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi. It's shit on there that nobody cares about. So he'd go and get a stack of them, put the movie in, fall asleep about 5 minutes in, and then wake up, rewind it. It'd take him like 4 hours to watch an hour-and-a-half movie. So that's you. So that's what you got from Freeman H. Hollis.
There are 2 times that I fall asleep. About 1 hour into a movie, I will fall asleep and I will wake up and have to rewind it. And Caitlin will be like, "Did you enjoy your nap? Do we need to rewind it?" And the other time is the 3rd quarter of every football game.
Yeah.
That's when I fall asleep.
It's funny because like I don't fall asleep during movies or TV shows or anything unless I've been drinking. You can pretty much guarantee that if I've been drinking, I am going to fall asleep if I'm sitting still and having to watch a movie. I remember we went and saw, was it me and you that went and saw Batman?
Yes.
The new Batman.
You were asleep.
Fucking asleep. Like I was so excited about it.
We had to sit in the handicap section because you were all broken and your ass was asleep like that.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Well, I do know what it is. It's like it's alcohol and being tired put you to sleep.
Well, for me, Caitlin doesn't like going to the movies, and we were talking about this because we choose what movies we go see in the theater, and we haven't gone since Deadpool and Wolverine. And before that, it had been a couple of years. I wanted to go see a movie, and she's like, well, I don't like going to the movies with you because you fall asleep every time and you're snoring and it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't really argue with you, but I want to go to the movies.
I know that when Nikki listens to this back, when I said a minute ago, I do not fall asleep during movies or TV shows, she's immediately going, that is fucking bullshit. And then I prefaced it with, unless I've been drinking, which is true, which there's been many a nights. Like she used to watch the episode or whatever we were watching straight through, but she just got to the point where when she saw me snoozing, she just hit pause, and then I'd be asleep there till like 2 or 3 in the morning and go to bed.
Yeah, but you don't watch TV in bed, do you?
No, I don't even think we've ever turned that TV on.
So we do. Well, by we, I mean I do. So we'll go to bed at 8 o'clock every night.
No.
And she'll be asleep by like 8:30. I will be up watching TV in bed until like 1 o'clock in the morning.
I just can't do it. I don't know how people do it. Like my bedroom, the only thing I do in my bedroom is sleep and take a dump in the bathroom and other things.
Okay.
But everything else, the living room is where I watch TV. It's like when we turn the TV off at the end of the night, we go to the bedroom and go to bed. It's like, but it's my understanding that most people do what you do.
Well, everybody I talk to is more like you. And when Caitlin and I first started seeing each other, it was turn the TV off because I can't sleep because the light is on. So for years, I stopped doing that. I would turn the TV, we'd go to bed, we'd watch like half an episode, and then I would turn it off and we would go to sleep.
Yeah.
Now it's not like that anymore. If she falls asleep, well, it's fair game. I'll watch whatever the hell I want to watch. Because there are certain shows she doesn't want to watch. She doesn't want to watch certain things.
How can you comfortably lay in a bed and watch TV?
How can you not comfortably lay in bed and watch TV?
I mean, I'm just used to sitting in my chair. It's like,
oh, I don't have a recliner. I'll lay on the couch.
Do you lay? But then you can't hear half of the shit because you got one ear covered up.
Where the fuck's your TV in your bedroom?
It's on the wall.
I know, but mine's at the foot of the bed, real high, so I can just lay there.
I guess I don't know.
Look, I should not watch TV in bed, but I do. That's like,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
That's the reason. Like I get up even on weekends. Like I got up at 5:30 this morning. Especially when the kids are at the house, I always get up real early so that I can watch whatever I want to watch uninterrupted until like 8 or 9.
Yeah, but Caitlin's laying right there beside you. She not wake up?
No, I go to the living room.
Oh, yeah.
I go to the living room.
Well, that's why I'm lucky that I have Holliswood Studios here. It's like I got up at 5 or 5. Actually, I got up earlier because I got a pork up there smoking, put that on the smoker, and then just came down here and I can listen to it as loud as I want.
I mean, I can listen to it as loud as I want. It's not going to wake her up in the living room.
Watch the sunrise out here. You see, I cut the field out here.
Oh, I was wondering if you didn't do that.
Me and Graham cut our areas. We told the lady we were tired of it being so tall, so we cut it.
Was she okay with it?
Yeah, she said it's all right because they're apparently not doing anything with it for hay this year. They hadn't even cut it at all. And then Jack cleared off the fence line here.
Anyway. So back to Freeman Hollis. So that was that first one.
Yes.
But towards the end, do you know how he watched TV?
How?
All right. So, he used to, when he first moved into that house.
With all of his mice friends?
Well, this was before that. So when he first moved into that house, we grew up what is now what we call the murder den.
Yeah.
That was just the den that we all hung out in when we went to Meemaw's house. Mm-hmm. And so when Dad first moved into that house, he continued that. The couch was gone, but he had his computer right there and he had a TV there. And he would be on eBay buying shit.
I was gonna say eBay or
he would
Deal
be on
Dash.
eBay buying shit that he didn't need, penny auctions. And then eventually he moved into the living room and had his recliner in the middle of the living room because Dad was a hoarder and there was just shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So he forced himself out of the den because there was no more room in there. And he forced himself into the living room in the middle. Well, then his router went out.
Oh, yeah.
And he never told anybody that his router went out. So he just started watching TV in his bedroom with rabbit ears.
Just regular fucking TV?
Yes. But then you remember many years ago, they changed that to where regular rabbit ears didn't work anymore. But he never fixed his router. He never called Comcast to fix his internet. He just didn't have internet anymore. So whenever he got the work phone, he would lay in bed.
Really?
And he would just watch Netflix on his little screen because we had the small phones for work phones. That's how he watched TV for years until he died.
No idea.
And I'm like, I gave him a router. I'm like, Dad, why are you watching TV? Because I went over there one time and he was just laying in bed. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm watching TV. I was like, there's nothing on. And he's like, no, I'm on the phone. I'm like, Well, you have a 110-inch projector in your living room.
Yeah.
Why aren't you watching? Oh, my internet doesn't work. Well, how long has that been? Oh, a few years. And so I gave him a router, and he's like, he never called Comcast. And so until he died, that's how he watched TV, was on his work phone.
And maybe that's shame on us for not watching, because what I've learned with Gene is, number one, I'm mad at the old man for kicking out early because he should be the one taking care of Gene, not me. I should be taking care of him, or we as a group should be taking care of him. Well, Nathan's not here either, so it'd be me and you taking care of the old man, which seems appropriate. But instead, he kicks off. I'm taking care of Gene, and it's like he gets to miss out on all that. So I think back to all that. He didn't have internet for 2 years. Well, one of us could have gone over there and fucking fixed it for him.
He didn't care. I tried to fix it for him. He didn't. I couldn't call Comcast for him. I gave him my fancy router. I was like, here, have this. I don't know. He was just, I forgot. I was talking to somebody at work about Dad not too long ago, this week actually, and I was explaining to Nick, I was like, how my dad was, because he's like, I never met your dad, but I've heard a lot about him. And then somebody was like, yeah, I met him once. He's like, my wife was sick, and he just showed up at my house one day with food. I was like, it's real weird. I was like,
do people talk about him at work still?
Yeah, and all the branches.
Really?
All talk about Dad. And so he was like, yeah, I've never met him. And I looked at somebody. I was like, well, Alondra used to work here, and he loved Alondra. I see pictures of him going to quinceañeras and all this kind of shit, dressed in suits. I was like, look, I got Dad out of the house one time for my own children, and that was right before he died. I picked him up for Sam's birthday, and we went out there to give Sam a telescope.
That's probably the best thing I did for that man, is that he retired. He got to retire a little, like a year or two early from the National Guard. And then we were all of us were concerned that he's just going to sit around and penny auctions and watch TV and die because he's getting no activity. And so I got him a job at LSI, part-time job at LSI, to water flowers, which is funny because on the LSI Facebook page, they still post the picture of him in Belle Meade, like watering the flowers. And it turns out that, like, this second life that started for him, he was really happy. He really liked it there. He made a lot of friends.
Yeah, he liked other people, and but he still never wanted to hang out with us.
That's fine. I don't give a shit. It ended up being fine. And then as the company was getting bigger, I was the branch manager of our Nashville branch at the time, and I got like,
it's like, I think I'm going to retire. This is just pulling this hose is getting too much for me.
Well, so
nah.
What I did was I was like, okay, I was running the branch. That's why I hired you. I hired Roger. I hired him because I wanted to put people around me that I trusted. And no, the old man or you or nobody knew anything about any of this shit. And I didn't know much about it. But anyway, so I was thinking to myself, I was like, we need an enhancement manager because we got a lot of enhancements going on. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, well, old man's good at, like, trying to find a deal on something.
And inventory, because that's what he did in the National Guard for like 20 years. Was inventory.
So, yeah, logistic type things. And I was like,
Logistic Sergeant Hollis.
And so I was like, because when I hired him to water flowers, I was paying him like $12 an hour. At the time, $12 an hour wasn't even worth a shit. But
he wasn't there for the money.
But he didn't care. So anyway, I give him this enhancement manager job because we needed somebody to, like, find plants at a good price and all that kind of stuff. Still paying that motherfucker $12 an hour. And finally he went to one of the big bosses and was asking for more money. And it's funny because the only reason he did that is because which is our grandmother, we call Meemaw. That motherfucker was in his ear saying, they're taking advantage of you. And he's like, saying no and not listening to her, but listening to her. And he's like, well, I'm there because two of my sons are there. And I think Eli was working there at the time. And it's like, he's like, I'm not there for that. But then it sank in and he started going to try to get more money.
One time he got real mad at the owner. He got real mad. And I walked into his office and Dad couldn't type. He typed slower than me. And I walked in and I saw that he had like 3 paragraphs typed out. So I know that he had been sitting there for a long time typing this email because he typed like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking up under his glasses and shit.
And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, this motherfucker. And he's going off. And I'm like, slow down a little bit. And so I read the email, and he was quitting. He was going off.
Oh, he was quitting.
And he was turning it, and he was going out with a bang. And I'm like, why don't you reconsider this, considering 2 of your sons work here?
Yeah, get us
I'm like,
fired too.
I'm like, I'm okay with you quitting. You don't need the job. If you want to quit, that's fine. I was like, but how about you not go out with a bang?
Yeah, this is.
So he deleted the whole thing and then just never sent it.
But I mean, it's our livelihood. It still is.
Yeah.
And his ass was about to just go out guns a-blazing.
Yeah. And what's funny is everybody there fucking loved him.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's what I was saying. He made tons of friends, and I saw the pictures of him going to parties and doing all this, and I'm like, that's as strange as Freeman Hollis being in Seattle, Washington right now.
I forgot he was David Bryant out in Murfreesboro likes to tell every time I go out there, he tells like one time, he's like, you remember when your dad was the safety manager?
Oh yeah, he
like,
did that shit too.
I'm like, yeah. He's like, you know how he used to go out and follow crews and make sure they were being safe? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, one time. He's like, where's that crew going? And he's like, ascend. And Dad's like, okay, I'm going to follow them.
Out to the one in Tullahoma?
Out to the one in Tullahoma. He said he got almost halfway. He got a little over halfway there. He called David. He's like, where are these people going? He's like, ascend in Tullahoma. Well, if you had told me that I was driving 2 hours away.
Oh, he didn't realize that he was driving that far.
I would have chosen a different crew to follow.
That's funny. Yeah, he made a lot of friends there, and you know, he developed a name for himself, not just like Tim's dad or Joseph's dad or anything like that. And everybody seemed to like him pretty good, and even the owners, everybody liked him. He was
Bearded Freeman was a likable guy.
Yeah, not bearded Freeman was kind of a hard ass.
Yeah, I got it pretty hard.
Well, whatever. Don't be a little bitch. All right. Speaking of him, so let's call a couple people. And
do you know how you're going to do this?
Yeah, I'm going to pull my phone out and we're going to call them. And so I don't know what they're going to say.
Have you warned either of your children that you're
I have not warned anybody. Well, let's start with a softball. Let's call Nikki. She texted me and asked me when that pork's going to be ready, so we see where her mind's at. So all right, you're going to do I'm going to greet her and then you're going to do the talking. So what are you going to say?
What am I asking her about?
You're going to say, hey, are you aware that our father has left Iron City, some would say Harpeth Hills, and went to Seattle, Washington? All right, let's do this. Here we go.
You got to pick one.
I know.
She's probably very confused right now.
Yeah, I know. I think I fucked it up.
You had one job.
I know. I'll fix it in a second.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll tell a story. So your son's been texting me lately about football.
Okay.
Because apparently he's learned that I enjoy football. And he was asking me about Neyland Stadium and going to games. He's like, have you ever been to a game at Neyland Stadium? I'm like, yeah. I was like, and in particular, I have one memory of going to Neyland Stadium. I was like, many years ago, we played California, and I took Freeman Hollis with me. I took Freeman Hollis to an opening day game at Neyland Stadium with 100,000 plus people, and everybody was having a good time except for Dad.
Why?
Because there was 100,000 people all shoulder to shoulder, and everybody's jumping up and down because we were winning, and Dad's sitting there on that little bench. He's like this, like, please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. When we left, and he said, don't ever take me to a football game again. And I never took him to a football game again. So in honor of Freeman, I'm going to try to take your son to a football game next time he's in town.
When is he planning on doing that?
I don't know. I haven't told him. I don't know when he's coming until he shows up. You're like, oh, Hayden was here.
Well, we'll make sure that he's able to go.
And I don't even like going to in-person football games, but he needs to experience this as a UT fan.
I don't think I've ever been to an in-person football game.
You never gone to a Titans game?
No, never done anything like that.
Well, I don't enjoy going to Titans games as much, but I enjoy going to Neyland Stadium because...
It's funny because at work I manage our Titans tickets.
I know. Did Rico come see you?
No, not yet, but I've never been to any of those games. Here, let's try this again. No, that's still not coming up. I don't know what's wrong with it.
You can do the Caleb Hammer thing.
Put it up to the
mic like this.
Yeah. All right, it's connected. All right, so we're gonna call Nikki first here. Can you hear that?
Oh. Does this mean she's connected to the mics?
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey, James. Sorry about those multiple calls. I'm here on the Fairview Social Podcast with Joseph, and Joseph has a question for you.
Oh, hey, Joe. What's up?
Hello, Nikki. I just need to know how you feel about Freeman Hollis, in fact, being alive and hanging out in Seattle, Washington.
You know, I've been really wondering for a while now. I keep getting the suggested friend requests or suggested friends on Facebook, and Freeman Hollis keeps popping up. And I didn't ever think it was worth it to hit the add friend button because I thought he was dead. But apparently, since he's alive, I can add him as a friend now.
Well, he's gone through a sex change, and
He's a woman now.
He's a woman now,
Oh.
and the name is different. I can't say it because I don't know how to say it. But I just need to know how you feel about him being, well, a woman now and alive. Most importantly, alive. I feel like that's the most important aspect here.
Well, you know, while I admired the man when he was a man, I kind of feel like he would be a very ugly woman.
Yeah, that's with that beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the belly and everything.
How do you think he got out of Iron City and ended up in Seattle?
You know, I don't know. Reincarnation, maybe. I don't know.
Reincarnation doesn't pull you up out of the ground, give life to you, and put your ass in Seattle.
I mean, that's a long drive from here.
It is.
Yeah, it's a pretty long drive. But, you know, he always did like to travel, so.
That's true. Well,
Or maybe I should say she now?
she likes to travel.
They, them.
We're having a dedicated podcast for Freeman Hollis today, so we thought we would call some people with the last name of Hollis and see what they thought about him being alive and well.
Are we going to call Tim
That's
Hollis?
amazing.
All right.
You should. Did you call Eli Hollis?
We'll call him in a minute. Goodbye forever.
Great. Bye.
All right. Let's call. Who else you want to call?
If you want to call Eli, let's call Eli.
All right. Let's see.
Is he not in your favorites?
Well, I only have Nikki and Jack in my favorites because I talk to them regularly. Let's call Hayden.
Yeah, he should be awake.
Should be awake. Good Lord. I would hope so.
Well, he lives in New York. There's no telling.
That's true. Let's call him. You think he'll answer?
I don't know. You can ask him.
I don't ever answer him when he calls me.
He probably thinks somebody's dead, but in fact,
I'm always at work.
I don't think he's going to answer.
He probably won't. I don't blame him.
Your call has been forwarded to
See?
voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
I mean, if you call me, I just assume somebody died.
I know that's true. But see, these kids now, they're just on the phone all the time. They think texting came first and then they created phone calls. And so they all want to talk on the phone all the time.
I don't want to talk on the phone.
I know. I'm the same way. All right, let's call Eli. Let's see. Maybe we'll have a little bit better luck with him. All right, you ready?
I just feel like your children don't really like you.
That's probably true. That's neither here nor there, though.
What if you should go 0 for 3 with your children?
That may be true.
Hello.
Eli?
Yes.
What if he was like, no, this isn't Eli?
I am your father. Eli, this is your father and Joseph here live on the Fairview Social Podcast. And I have a question for you.
Okay. What's the question?
I'll only take a minute of your time. But I want to know, or make you aware if you're not aware, that your grandfather, Gramps, has risen from the dead, left Iron City, and is living happily in Seattle, Washington.
And he's a woman
I don't know
now.
what any of that means.
It means exactly what I
I
said.
mean, take the words that were said, and that's what it means.
What do you think about that?
He's in Iron City?
No.
Or he left Iron City?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where he was buried. But he's left Iron City, moved to Seattle, Washington, and become a woman.
What?
Apparently, his Facebook profile got stolen, and he's been posting.
How How did it get stolen?
I don't
He's
know.
He's not around to give out the password.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's not how people steal identities.
it's not
Eli.
like somebody calls you and they're like, "Hey, Eli, what is your password to Facebook so that I can steal your profile?" And you're like, "Oh, okay. Well, here it is. Blah blah blah." And you're like, "Oh, thank you. This was a nice interaction. Please have a good rest of the day, sir."
All right. Well, we're having a tribute to Freeman Hollis because his birthday is this week, and we're going to call everybody with the last name Hollis to let them know that he's alive. So let that be known. Let your family know, and maybe he'll be a good great grandmother.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. See ya.
Right.
Bye.
Hayden texts you back.
Let's call him. Let's call us. There he is. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Oh,
Hey, big guy. What are you doing?
I just woke up.
I told you he was still asleep.
Hayden, it's 1 o'clock almost to your time.
Yeah, I got off at 6:30 a.m.
Okay, big guy.
I don't know why you're yelling at us.
Let's take a step back and calm down for a second.
It was a really, really rough day yesterday.
Okay.
And I just explained the whole thing to Elena. So
I feel like you should know. I feel like you should know before you continue that you are live on the Fairview Social podcast.
That is true. You didn't win anything. There's no prize.
You won being a Hollis.
Of course, he doesn't know that like radio station. Actually, maybe he does know radio stations give out prizes, but
Not this one.
this is not that.
Is Joseph there?
He is. He's right here with me.
You're in my ears right now.
What's up, Pound?
He's happy to hear from me. He's like, you fucking woke him up.
I know. All right. Well,
Nah, I'm chilling.
I have some news to tell you.
You're pregnant?
No, well, I look pregnant, but I'm not pregnant. But I do have some. I have some information to share with you.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Gramps has risen from the dead, left his grave, and moved to Seattle, Washington, and has become a woman. And I would like to know what you think of that.
What?
Joseph, would you like to tell him? Maybe because he likes you, not me.
So Gramps has risen from the grave, moved to Seattle, Washington, and become a woman.
So no, I heard it the first time for sure.
I just wanted to make sure maybe it didn't register because it came from
Yeah,
your
thank you for
father.
repeating it exactly the way that I just said it.
So this is what happened. Your grandfather started posting on Labor Day, well, a couple of days before Labor Day, that he was in Seattle and living the best life of a woman. And he continues to post, and now he has changed his name and changed his profile picture to that of a woman.
We're having a tribute to Gramps today on the Fairview Social Podcast because his birthday is this week. And so we thought we'd call some other Hollises and inform them of the information and see what you thought about it.
Like on Facebook?
Yes.
No, it
Is
was
this named-
MySpace.
Do you have any thoughts that you would like to share with the Fairview Social Podcast about that?
I hope he's happy and living his best life then, or her best life then.
I decided them, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, we just wanted to make sure that you were aware.
I appreciate that, and it'll probably be on my mind for the rest of the week.
Well, that's good. Well, if you have any like struggles with this information, Tim and I are a phone call away, and we can help you through this.
All right, I'll probably just get like a bagel or something.
All right, big guy, get you some sleep since you had such a rough night. Goodbye.
Nah, I'm up now.
Goodbye.
See ya. Just hang up on him. Well, I guess that's all we'll call. And people don't seem to care as much as
I'm a little offended that nobody gives a shit.
I just think it's funny. Apparently, maybe it's not that funny.
I don't know. Maybe we should call Sandra and ask her.
Oh God, no. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up here. It's been fun reminiscing on the old man. Those of you that knew him knew that he was fun, kind of.
Yeah, he had his moments.
Not when we were growing up.
No.
But he was all right. All right. All right. See ya.